technicals. Let's connect with Sharan and Oshu to understand the setup. So Oshu, what's your sense? What do we have in terms of the trade today and which way rest of the day could move?
Very good morning, Nipun. Firstly, thank you for having me at the show. Well, in today's trading session for the benchmark index, there is nothing much strong movement that we are expecting as of now, because what we have seen in the last week, there is a continuation or there is a kind of a momentum fizzling out in the counter, because major of the developments has been on the positive side. So we are expecting that the momentum should fizzle out, because market has already been at a very high zone on the derivative and technical front. For example, the long short ratio is now at 37, 38 kind of a percent. So that's a positive outlook that we have seen from the last week. So overall, we are having a time-wise corrective phase for the key indices, but overall the market sentiments are very positive. For Nifty, I am expecting 25,400 to 350 as a positional support, and dip should be argued for the buyers to accumulate or to buy the benchmark index. While on the higher end, the resistance plays around the zone of 25, 700, 750 kind of a zone. So for now, we are expecting a range bound trade in Nifty. And once we see a breakthrough from this range, then we can see further continued momentum. Now, coming to the stock specific action, well, there are two stocks that are in my radar and is looking very positive on the technical front. First one is MGL. MGL in the last week has seen a very strong breakout from a consolidation zone and is now hovering around the breakout levels, neckline of the breakout levels. So I'm expecting that there can be a continued momentum in MGL. I'm expecting a target of nearly 1560 to 1580 in the short term period, whereas it is advisable to keep a stop loss of 1440. The other counter is from IT Pack, that is HCL Tech. HCL Tech is looking very positive to me, and it is on the verge of giving a breakout, having a very strong support near the 20-day exponential moving average. So I'm expecting that in the coming period, coming days, we can witness a very strong momentum in HCL Tech. So one can start accumulating the counter at current levels. The higher target that I'm expecting is 1790 to 1820 from a very short-term point of view, and 1688 is advisable stop loss.
In your take, the index has been very quiet, but a lot of individual stock-specific movers, though. Anything that stood out for you on the radar? Sharan?
Oh, sorry. Good morning, everyone. On the index front, as I've mentioned on Monday itself, I think I see levels around 25,300 odd levels coming. So it's definitely good to take some profit. And in terms of stock, I like two stocks today. I think first is SBI Life. Given all the life insurance stocks, I think they are seeing excellent price action. I think HDFC Life is almost over their lifetime high. So I think SBI Life also can retest its all-time high. So my first pick is SBI Life. You should buy around current levels with target of 1924 to 1990. Your stop loss should be around 1800 on a daily closing basis. And my second stock is from the power space. You're seeing, again, a very good price action in the power stocks. And I think in the coming weeks, you can see a good breakout in all these stocks. So you can buy Tata Power around about current levels. Your target should be around 418 to 430. Your stop loss should be around 394 on a daily closing basis.
All right, so those are the calls coming in from both of our experts. But within the banking packets, IndusInd Bank, that is down 3.5% in trade right now. Yes, of late, a lot of these news flows have been trickling in, especially with respect to who's going to head the bank next. But Osho, help us with the chart check on this one. What does this 3.5% decline tells you?
Overall, in today's trading session, the counter is down basically because of the recent coverage in the counter and where we have seen a target cut. But overall, looking at the current technical levels, then I'm expecting that on the lower end, the risk reward is quite favorable for the counter. I'm not expecting much of a downside in the counter from current levels. We have already seen a very decisive plunge in the counter. So I'm expecting that the levels of 820 to 810 should be acting as a very strong support. And one should stay intact with their investment if one already holds. If not, then better to wait for some kind of consolidation breakout, because in the previous 3 days there was a sense of buying traction coming back in the counter, but again the counter have started slipping on the lower end. So stay away from the counter until we see a consolidation, breakout, and sustained buying above the zone of 870, 880. For now, better to avoid.
To avoid IndusInd Bank at this point in time, but the other stock that has been doing well, Sharan, is actually Bharti Airtel. No stopping for this particular counter, and even today a decisive move above that 2000 mark is what we are seeing. But technically, how do you see this stock, Sharan? Do you believe that this stock can do even better from these levels, and how much more headroom do you believe is still there?
So, Shishri, again, excellent price action, almost near all-time high. And whenever stock makes an all-time high, so there is actually no limit to its upside. So, looking at the price action, you cannot rule out 2100 odd levels in the stock. But I would not suggest to make a new entry currently. The risk-reward ratio is slightly unfavorable because your risk is higher than your reward. So, if anyone is definitely made a long position in the last 2 weeks, I would suggest obviously, please hold on the stock, trail your stop loss to around 1975 odd levels and keep trailing. I see around 2100 odd levels in the coming week or so. Price action is very strong despite the market dipping for the last 2-3 days. The stock is actually almost at a new all-time high. So this shows the strength in the counter. So definitely trail your stop loss. 2100 odd levels can be seen in the coming 2-3 days.
Bharti Airtel, but Osho, give us a chart check on AB Capital. This is a stock that we've been discussing, and the stock is up 50% just or thereabouts just in the last 6 months. Today, we are seeing a little bit of a cut coming in on the stock. Do you believe this is merely profit booking, or now do you believe there is some slowdown that is being visible on the charts for AB Capital?
See, overall, in the current calendar year, the counter have gained more than 50% from the lows. So I'm expecting that looking at the recent traction, there is a very strong deviation from the short-term moving average. So I'm expecting that in the coming period, even the technical indicators are at overheated terrain. So there is a kind of a sense that there can be profit booking coming in the coming future that can be seen in the counter. So I'm expecting that if one already holds a position, then better to hold it with a strict stop loss of 265. If it falls below 265, then we can see a further continuation on the correction side towards the zone of 240, 45 kind of a levels. So overall technical setup is very positive, but one should try to trail their stop losses and to gain higher profits and in current levels in the counter. Overall technical structure is still robust, but one can expect a decent profit booking in the coming period.
Right, so that's the take coming in on AB Capital. But with this, Osho as well as Sharan, thank you so much for taking the time out today and speaking with us.